The Port Honduras Marine Reserve is co-managed by the Toledo Institute for Development and Environment, TIDE. The work of TIDE is to ensure that the reserve is supported so that it can benefit surrounding communities, and also that it continues to play an important conservation role. To do these works, TIDE, an NGO, applies for grants from donors. In 2011, they received almost $1 million through the Meso American Reef Fund, MARFUND, by way of the German corporation project KfW. From 2012 to 2016, TIDE made significant investments to ensure resource protection, research and monitoring, education and outreach programs, as well as community development. One of the big projects was done here on Abalone Key.
We were having serious problems with erosion of the island, and we almost lost our ranger base. So we used gabion baskets with large boulders, and if you notice, we encircled the entire island with that, and that has helped with the erosion a whole lot. And it's a huge investment. It seems like a very easy and simple project, but it was very time consuming, and we did it manually. I mean, we didn't have any barges or machines to work, so people were hired from the communities to bring the rocks to town, and then from town they were transported here and they were manually put into the gabion baskets to have what you actually see here today.
In proximity of the Meso American Reef Complex, the second longest contiguous reef in the world, Port Honduras Marine Reserve plays a vital role in protecting the biodiversity and integrity of this complex and unique system by providing critical nursery habitat for reef fish. In the reserve, they are protecting a number of species that are threatened by extinction in other parts of the world, including the West Indian manatee, the great hammerhead shark, and the Goliath grouper. The coastal mangroves in the area are said to be one of only 3 major Goliath grouper nursery grounds that remain in the world. Another reason why research and resource protection are both central to the management of this reserve.
So indeed we do have several threats. Illegal fishing, transboundary fishing. We still have the use of gill nets within the Marine Reserve at times, particularly at night. So the fund helped us to be able to have a better vessel to do our daily patrols, better equipment for the park rangers. If you notice, the ranger house is a pretty decent place for people to be at during their time at work. So it invested in that equipment for the rangers. The docking facility that we're on here was also built with this project. They also helped with our research. So TIDE does a lot of research. We do finfish, conch, lobster, sea cucumber, and we also do other species. And so we were able to maintain our research and use that information to inform the management of the Port Honduras Marine Reserve.
For those reasons, MARFUND believe that the work being done in Port Honduras Marine Reserve is critical for sustainability.
The investments made are investments that have that possibility of sustainability in time, which is, after all, something that you're looking for when you fund a project. You want good results, impact on the resources, well-managed resources that can stay there for the long term. And I think TIDE is perfectly working on that, and that is what they're gearing for and what I believe they're achieving.
And to show the importance of this microcosm, the MARFUND representatives are on a site visit to Port Honduras Marine Reserve. The visit saw the attendance of the German ambassador to Guatemala and Belize, His Excellency Harold Klein, as well as Belize's ambassador to Guatemala, His Excellency Alexis Rosado. Traveling with the contingent are several journalists from Guatemala.
Belize is obviously very marine oriented, right? You have the reef right there. In Guatemala and possibly the rest of the countries in Latin America, even though they have 2 oceans, they have traditionally seen inland, not towards the sea. And it is very important that Guatemalans begin to understand that they have they're part of this wonderful reef system, but that they also have a responsibility towards this reef system.
When we talk about ecosystems, they don't respect boundaries. They are generally of a transboundary nature. We're talking about the Meso American Barrier Reef System that starts from Mexico and goes down through Belize, Guatemala, Honduras. So we all need to cooperate, we all need to work together, and I think this is a good example of the results that can be achieved.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Andrea Polanco.